Yo. I'm trying right now to send the link on our live stream to all the group chats. And guys, if you can like it and repost it, you of course will help us to promote this beautiful live stream because everyone came here so beautiful. Everyone prepared. Everyone like knew that they need to give us a time for this live stream. So everyone just tried to make this space interesting. We hope it will be interesting for you guys. And of course, this is Azuki Roundtable Anime Monday. We are here every Monday at the same time, and we talking with community about community. So if you are a member of Azuki, if you holding a bean, if you holding Azuki OG, Elemental, or Anime Token, or like I don't know something from the Azuki ecosystem, you can join us and say something about what you're building, why you want to speak with us, and if you're building some project and you want to listen our feedback or get attention to it, or just share and I don't know, just share with us. You can do this. Just DM me or any of us, and we can welcome you here on the stage. And today we have beautiful guests. As always, I will pass mic to all of you to say hi. But at first, I want to start with a thing that yesterday it was Happy Mother's Day, right? How it's called. And I want to congrats Lost Snow, our beautiful, our beautiful mother, because I think it takes so much time, so much efforts to raise a baby and, give it time for it. And she's still here and she's still so bright and give us all her energy and
Aw.
full emotions and everything. And I think it deserve attention that she is so cool. So congrats you with your day, and yeah, hoped you celebrated it very good.
Thank you so much. That was like the sweetest thing ever. Um, being a mom is great, and I hope that you guys said Happy Mother's Day to your moms too, because moms are awesome.
Yeah, send her money.
Ceremony, yeah, that's good. That's like the Eastern European way.
Yeah. When I was a kid, she did the same for me. Just
Yeah, like literally. Yep. Yeah, that's great. That's great. But yeah, so I don't know. Being a mom is great. I love being a mom. I was really tired yesterday because my baby was crying all day, but apart from that, it was great.
that's
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm
yeah.
gonna
I'm
shut up
only
now.
a dog mom for now, so I don't know. Even with dog, it's hard for me to be
Mm-hmm.
active sometimes and stuff because she can get sick and stuff. So with baby, I
Mm-hmm.
can't even imagine. So all the moms of the space, if some moms watching us, you are our heroes. You deserve all the flowers, and it's for sure should be like special treatment for you because you guys like absolutely superhumans among us. So thank you so much for being active, even if you have like a lot of your stuff. So yeah, and let me now pass the mic to everyone. And I see first MD. MD, thank you for joining for the first time, and yeah, happy to see
Yeah,
you with us.
my pleasure, my pleasure. And yes, happy Mother's Day, Snow. I had to take the chance yesterday to go ahead and make a post to celebrate you. You're one of the few mothers I know in Web3. So happy Mother's Day to you. Um, Thanks for having me, Ira. My name is MD. I dabble with graphics and AI design more recently, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation and hopefully be able to answer any questions and ask some questions of my own.
Let's go, let's go. Happy to
Can I
see you.
hype MD for just a second now?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to? I love MD.
Thank you, Snow.
So MD, well, I started saying this, but MD is one of the most creative people in Web3 that I've met, and I just love everything that he makes, and he's been on it for so long. Like he's been a content creator for like the longest time, and his stuff has always been super polished. Like he just creates the best graphics and visuals, like he's just my favorite. And I always take time, like if I see him on my timeline, I always hype him up. And it's like, I just, if I can show him, I show him. If I can hype him up, I hype him up because I just love MD. He's one of the best people ever. I just love him. I can't help it.
Why it
Thank
look like, with all this cheering, you should show your teeth. I don't know why. I feel like you should show
I'm a mom. I can't do that.
and say like, I love MD, something like that. It would be epic. I would like, really appreciate this viral moment finally.
Absolutely. We're not doing that.
Well, thank you very much. No, if I ever feel depressed or ever need a pick me up, I'll make sure to hit you on the DM. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Happy to hear it, guys. Okay, next I see Digital. Digital is the lead of the community, Azuki. Hi, how are you?
Hi, always a pleasure to be here today, especially with all of you, Ira, of course. Happy Mother's Day to you and your fur baby. Likewise, Snow, happy Mother's Day. Maz, yeah, I appreciate you being here, brother. I know we had we chatted on Twitter, and you being here, I think, is great. And I think these are the types of forums. Thank you to Ira, thank you to Lost, Hunt, Ellen, all the people in the past who've hosted these spaces and brought us together. I think it's really, really important. And yeah, just thrilled to be here. MD, my God, I'm not gonna flash the camera or anything, but you are in your bag when it comes to AI. Your prompts, like, you're on it, and not just the Zuki community. I think people who see your prompts are using them, and it's beautiful to see, man. Like your creativity, and it feels like this era of kind of AI, generated creativity, kind of really fit your bag, and you know, um, it's love to see color and timeline. And Josh, you've been doing it for years, brother. You know, the way that you've colored our world, all of your manga, all of the art that you've put out there. You've been doing it for years. I think that craft and your willingness to put in the effort and show love to the community is something that you can't really put into words. We just all really appreciate you, and you're a legend, brother. So always happy to be here. Lots going on, really busy, very excited. But yeah, I'll stop with that and we can go into it
Alpha,
later.
alpha, alpha,
Yes,
alpha.
yes, yes. And Alpha will ask you the title about that. But yeah, first, thank you for shout out to everyone who participated and was like, from the start of Azuki Roundtable. These guys are the legends, and it always will be the space for them as well. And I always saying like this roundtable is for everyone, so you can invite, like, if you want to talk with someone in the community, you can invite them. Only Azuki holders. This is important because, like, I'm saying no to some guys who is not a holder. So and this is so unique because I bet you never saw this regular live streams. Like, we're doing that almost every week. If we are not sleeping, if we are not tired, we're doing it almost every week. And with us, almost again all the time, a member of the community who's sharing the news, who share, like, thank you Digital so much. Yeah, it was also Zagabond with us, and Dem was with us. So I think it's only Azuki and Roundtable who doing stuff like that for the community. And I think that's so cool that we are together, we're sharing it, we're seeing each other every week, and we just can hang out and talk about everything. Because once we had like mental health space where we just talk about how bad we feel ourselves, and we just was winning here, and we can talk about everything. So yeah, thanks Digital for remembering everyone, and they truly a huge part of that. Any Alpha?
Alpha,
What's going on?
alpha.
I'll just run through a list and we can go into details later. I want to make sure people have their time to say hello. Set one,
Okay.
June launch. It's already like well through production right now. You might have seen John online saying they're actually ripping packs pretty soon in LA. So all very, very excited for that to happen. Separately, personally, I'm very excited. When I moved to New York, one of the areas that I walk by a lot is like the NYU Washington State, Washington um Square Park area, and that's Greenwich Village. And there's like a really, really famous like gaming store there. It was called the Village Chess Shop before, and now it's called the Uncommons. If you go by, it looks like Harry Potter. It's the world's largest collection of board games, I believe. And they just accepted us at Azuki TCG to have learning nights on Tuesdays. So it's kind of like full circle. Like I moved here like 15 years ago. Now I'm going to roll in there, show people the game. Devin in the community is also going to help. So it's beautiful. It's just a really nice moment for us to be able to kind of share the Azuki community, our cards, our lore, with the center, literally the center of New York City, which is Greenwich Village, New York. There's been movies made there, like Woody Allen, Heath Ledger used to play there. Yeah, there's just so much that's happened at that store. It's just I feel a little emotional even talking about it. So anyhow, that's happening tomorrow. And then beyond that, we have the licensing expo that happens in about a week and a half in Vegas. I think that'll be really, really interesting. I think we have a very, very, very compelling kind of presentation, and we've already gotten some tremendous feedback around kind of the Zuki IP. So you guys all know it, but the rest of the world needs to see it, and so I think that'll happen soon. And the anime chain, I know you guys frequently have dem. There was a launch today. There's going to be more happening on collect.anime, which is really exciting and unprecedented. So we're looking to make a big splash there. And yeah, just gonna continue grinding it out. So I'm always happy to be here and sharing whatever I can at this point in time.
That sounds dope. Thank you, title. And you know that Yapable shared some alpha about you as well. Some stories about you and how you got rich and everything. So we had some question for you today as well about your
I'm not sure
personal
what that
growth.
is, but I guess we could talk about it then. No, Josh. All right. If it's art based, yeah, maybe. If it's other things, all right, we'll see.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, Mash, hi to you. Happy to see you with us today. And yeah, quick introduction, please.
Yeah, because I have landed here a little bit randomly, not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
So, first of all, Snow, happy Mother's Day twice, because
Thank
in
you.
Spain, yes, in Spain we celebrated in a different date. So it's been like 1 week ago, and now again. So twice for you from here.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes, welcome.
Cool.
I'm very curious about overall this Azuki Roundtable because, well, the Snow let me know about it. I don't know, a few days ago, I will say. I'm
Yeah.
not very connected overall to non-official channels because I'm very busy and I'm not very connected to crypto Twitter lately, so my fault. So thank you for pinging me. So yes, I'm very curious about this one specifically because seeing like MD and Japabal like very two different worlds of the art, like more traditional and now with the revolution, with AI usage and everything. I'm very curious about this because I'm also a lot into art and everything. Like I also like to draw sometimes. It's more of a hobby. I'm not I will not say that I'm per se like an artist or something like that. But
Wait,
yes, I'm
show your
very
art. Come on, show me.
okay.
Yeah.
I have it here because I
Amazing.
am traditional artist. So let me try to find something.
And that's a masterpiece, That always happens like that. The most shy people, they like, that's you, draw.
Yes, let me find. Wait, because I
Yeah,
have more
sure.
stuff here.
You have a time. Guys, I started to draw in my collection now on anime chain. You all know that because it was pretty annoying with that. And it's such a pleasure for me to draw. And I doing that. Oh my god.
That's pretty cool.
It's
That's
very
so
difficult to
dope.
see. Oh my god,
What is that? It's just Canva or it's like paper or what's that?
it's paper. It's you can see
Oh,
transparency
okay.
because it's with ink.
Is that
That's
with marker?
Yeah, it's marker and
Fire.
pencil.
That's
Yes,
cool.
That looks
That's
cool.
that's
awesome.
cool. I like
but
the
you're not here,
color.
not here to steal the spotlight.
Come on, you can show more.
Okay,
More,
Show
okay.
us more.
more.
I'm gonna
This
bring home the
panel is
sticker
way too
later.
talented. I need to like not be here right
Because
now.
when I remember it for the context,
Ooh, wow, that's
That's
so
really cool
cool.
too.
It's wild.
yeah, like it's staining a little bit because I have the window in front, so I'm not sure if you can see
Wow.
properly, but yeah.
I
That's really
love
cool.
it.
Thank you.
Show
But
more.
yeah. I'm actually okay. One more. Oh, my previous profile picture.
Damn, this is
That's
dope.
nice.
Yes.
Gosh.
Wow. This is so cool. Is this marker as well?
Yes. Like everything is marker. You can actually
And
see the transparency a little bit.
That's really
so
cool.
dope.
Yes. But I'm actually a developer, so it's not that fun, creative.
That's my favorite. I don't know. I like when people, they're developers and also they're creatives. I don't know. In Web3, I met a lot of people like that, and I'm all the time like, that's my favorite type of people. Like, I don't know. That's so cool.
Yes.
So, yeah. Thanks for joining us. And I know that you're making a lot of commissions as well for your Azuki, now wearing it as PFP. So yeah, you're OG of the space. I don't know much about you, how long you're in Azuki, but
Yes, yes. Well, thank you first of all for also inviting me, because initially I was just thinking of joining to listen and get to know a little bit more about the like Azuki Roundtable overall. So I joined like a little bit after Elementals drop, I think, when all the chaos happens. But for me, it was an opportunity to join actually. And I joined with a different Elemental, and the name of the account was different. Also, the Legend part stays the same. I was mostly active on Spanish Zuki with Mara Zuki, that was the creator of that sub community. She's not been around for a lot of months already, also. But basically, I joined Web3 because I was in the last year of university. I left cryptography, I don't know why. And some teacher told me, oh, so we are gonna do blockchain. Blockchain, what is blockchain? I didn't know about blockchain, but it was 2021. So it happened all at the same time. Started learning about blockchain, and NFTs pumped like crazy. So I just got dragged in. I don't even know why or how. And here I am.
that's cool. You
Yeah,
connected with Web3 only by your passion and collecting, or you're doing something else in Web3 right now?
I do something else. Like right now, I am a head of blockchain in Sun Enterprise.
Head
So
of blockchain,
yeah,
of what blockchain?
head of blockchain, like overall, it's the title. Like what I do is basically design. It's gonna sound very technical, but I basically design blockchain solutions in my enterprise, so we can make products that use
Ah,
blockchain somehow.
uh-huh. So you head of blockchain in your company that you're working on.
We use public blockchains, like we can use Ethereum, but also consortium ones because of some legal things sometimes. Like Alastria is kind of popular in Spain, for example. Probably you don't even know it.
No,
But
that's cool. That
Ethereum
sounds
based,
cool.
yeah.
Head of blockchain. I would like to be head of crypto.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
crypto.
like it sounds like big.
Yes, yes, that's cool.
Yes.
Okay, do you have something you would like to collab with other Web3 people? Just to know, like, if someone would like to reach you out, what reason it would be?
Like, well, right now I'm trying to think about two projects with some people that I met very recently, also in blockchain and such. They are from Dubai, and one of them was involving PBTs, physical backed tokens, but we are still seeing if it's something that we can do and that we have people interested in it,
Mhm.
like with art and the usage of PBTs basically to verify uh, ownership and also traceability, like you do with Minds of Goose and all the stuff that is using PBTs. And the other one is more related to real world assets,
Mhm.
like tokenizing stocks and all this. But I cannot be very specific right now because these are projects of myself with like these people.
Mhm.
So once maybe I have a more clear idea, we would like to connect with more people
Cool.
that maybe cool. Yes.
Okay, smart people who understood that, understood like everything, how to connect and stuff. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I said it was gonna sound technical.
Yes, a bit, but we have some people who understand that. So yeah, let's go. Let's move on. Thank you for joining once again. And
Thank you.
yeah, I will jump to Lost now to say hi again. Yeah, if you want to add something, then add.
Hello again. I'm interested. There was a time when I was really looking into physically backed tokens, and I was really interested in trying to figure out which ones did Azuki use for. I don't know if you guys digital, if you guys always use the same physically backed tokens, but I think I found the company, and then I wanted to buy some, but then I figured out they didn't send them to my country,
It
and I was
happens
like
to
so
me.
mad.
It
Huh?
happens to me. It happens to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm always, because it's like my thing is that I want to make physical art, but like I wanted to put like I wanted to have like the physically backed tokens into the art and like make collectibles that way. Um, but I never was able to digital hook me up, damn it.
The first thing I'm hearing about it, actually. Even for Josh did an art piece for the Bobu exhibition. We put a PBT on
Mhm.
that. So, and yeah, I was able to purchase them before I was on the team, but that was going to the States. I was not aware that they actually couldn't go overseas. So let me look into it.
They go overseas digital, but they don't go to my country. They go to Romania, which is literally the country next to my country. So can we like I don't know, who do I need to
Too
talk to?
close. Can you run to Romania? Like, what's the
I
problem?
can't. I
Uh,
don't have an address there.
yeah. So Lost Mass, reach out to me separately. Let me without giving me without doxing your locations. Let me figure out kind of like what the policies are, and then like what
Yeah.
workarounds we might have. Like there must be a reason to it. That being said,
Yeah.
they're chips. They're not like it's not like
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is that the physically backed tokens that Itsuki uses, they're really cool because from what I remember, they come with like a whole app and they're like really easy to use and like activate. And so I tried to like figure out something else, but it's like there's not a lot of like I don't think there's a lot of like I don't think they're like a very I don't think they're a thing that everybody makes, like, so it's like it's hard to find like an alternative. And I think like you can make your own, but like I'm not that smart. So I don't
You
think I
have
can
in
make
this
my own.
case,
I just want to
yeah.
buy them ready that work.
Let me start with the vendor that I know, which was the one that was directed to me when I was in the community. Let me
Yeah.
start with them, and then everything else kind of will fall from that. But like it's not like weapons grade like plutonium that they're sending, right? Like these are
Right?
human chips. I don't see a reason why they couldn't get into whatever area you're in. So let's start there, figure it out, and then like we have resources within the community that can help with like the chip integration. Like Chun did a
Mm,
ton for the Bobu exhibition, so he
that
knows it
would be
like the
so
back of his
cool.
hand, and it's open source, so there's documentation out there as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's first
Because
things first. Yeah.
I'm sorry, digital, because like this year, like I started doing more art, and since I want to do bigger pieces of art at this point, like it would be cool if I can have a physically like a token for the art, so then it becomes like like a whole piece, and then can make the art and then I can send it to somebody, because it's like I've kind of been wanting to do that for a very very long time because I'm not a digital artist. I've never it's like I'm not a digital artist. I'm like traditional media. But how cool is it going to be to like make some like cool, I don't know, watercolor art and then have like a token, like find a way to like integrate it into the art piece and then send it to people. I've been wanting to do that for so long.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
let's
you.
chat
I'm sorry.
offline. I know the name of the vendor. I'm sure we can get some quick answers and we can go from there. But yeah, no, I agree.
Thank you. I'm
I think there's a
sorry.
lot that can be done with PvPs, maybe and potentially on Anime Chain, right? So I think there's just some things that
Ooh, yes.
foundations are thinking
Always
about.
on anime chain.
Yeah,
Magic happened. Magic happened, guys. I'm so happy. I hope Lost Now will make us happy with her IRL art pretty soon. And yeah, we'll see what is that. For me, it's still some bird language I don't understand, like but I hope everything will be good with your plans. And I will be just a happy consumer. Yeah. And next, I see finally Yapable. Yapable, thank you so much for joining. I know it's super late for you, but super happy to see you. And yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I love this thing going on. Like I've always been lurking behind the scenes, in spaces and stuff. so never got a chance to really like jam with people in life. So this is actually my first time talking to like Azuki friends and stuff. So thanks for having me. I love your energy. I love that you are so infectious. And yeah, I hope to get to know everyone a little bit more. And I just want to say like for Mars and Snow, right? Like you guys are doing great stuff. I recently entered into my traditional medium arc, because I was always doing art digitally, right? And I just want to say like it's so difficult. Oh my gosh, it's like I've been like driving a car, for 7, 8 years,
Mhm.
and then suddenly I'm switching to like flying a helicopter. Like my hands, I lost all my skills and it's
Yeah.
so difficult to control the ink and stuff like that. So mad props to you guys. Yeah, and
Props to you for making a sick ass digital art, because it's like if you're used to one medium, so like if you've been used to digital art and then you try to do traditional, then you're gonna think it's hard. But then if you've been doing traditional art and then you go to like digital art, you have to learn how to draw all over again. And that's why I've been struggling so much, because I always did traditional art. And then when I got, I got an iPad because I really wanted to start drawing digitally. And then when I started drawing digitally, I was like, well, this doesn't work. Like,
I
why
I
doesn't it
shared
work?
experience. I shared experience also. Like I have somewhere there some Wacom bamboo. I tried
Mm-hmm.
to draw digital art, but it's so different. It's just so different. So
It's
yeah,
yes,
so difficult.
it applies both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways. So you
right,
have to
yeah.
learn it all over again.
Feel you guys, man. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but well, so what's your background as an artist? Because I don't know. Like I'm in Azuki community not like super for a long time, so I know that you are OG and legend and everything, but I don't know like nothing about you, like basically. So can you? And I think a lot of people as well who is new in the community, and we have a ton of new people in the community thanks to TCG as well. So can you please introduce more about your background as well?
Well, I guess I can start when I graduated from art school. So I did like a 1 year program. It's fast track program. So came out of art school, was really humbled because quickly realized that my skills were not serviceable in the market, right? So I went on to and all this was before Web3 happened. So then NFTs happened. There was a period of time where we were just grinding for whitelist. So in my Discord I have like 100 over groups, and that was in 2019. And then it's actually surprising because I didn't actually imagine that art will be something that I will do in this space until people started spamming like fan art to get whitelist. So I started drawing,
Oh, wow,
yeah,
seriously?
yeah. So then I did a few works, and then shout out to like my friends in the hideout group. So my boy Lens, he actually got me to draw like one of his gaming avatar, and then the reception was so well received, and I was so surprised. Yeah, so I started drawing for friends, and then Azuki happened, and then I just
Wow.
felt like my art like got a
It's
second breath of
animated
life.
also.
Yeah, so Azuki really played a huge part in actually helping me to like grow in my art career. So yeah, it has been a blessing ever since. I remembered minting Azuki day one, but the review was really bad. Like I got a really fugly Azuki, so I sold it away in exchange for another one. Yeah, so it's been really fun so far. Grateful for all the love that the garden has shown, all the support. Yeah, shout out to my homies, Sansa, Hunt, Ariati, 0x Andy, Mean,
Sir.
yeah. And of course, Digital, who actually got me the opportunity to do the Bobo exhibition.
Oh, wow, you was in the Bob exhibition also. That is so dope.
Yeah, that was really generous. Like I mean, like I can never imagine, right? Like one day, um, my art being in a gallery of some sort and being able to, you know, sell the artwork. Yeah, so it has been really fun. Yeah.
Oh, this is so dope. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I like the cute and very recognizable, exactly not comic book, but manga style, you know? And I don't even understand what the details here, telling that this is manga. But when I first saw your art, I'm like, oh my God, this is something that I hold in my arms when I was like, 14 years old with my first manga. And I catch this feeling of nostalgia, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is very beautiful. I have a question to you. Because I don't understand, I can't understand, one thing. Recently, like again, I started to draw and I do it only for my pleasure. Like really, I don't want to think about nothing. I'm just drawing. And of course, like first thing that I started to draw, it's me and my friends, like my Azuki and my friends. And then I was like, asking myself, why I drawing only Azuki? Like maybe I need to try to draw something else. And with comparing these two things, I realized like it's so cool to draw Azuki for some reason. Like I don't even I can't explain what is that, because I'm not like sitting there and trying to repeat lines. It's just something in details that you just receive such a pleasure by drawing Azuki, and I can't catch the same feeling when I draw in something else, when I'm trying to draw other collection, even beautiful one, but I can't just enjoy this much. And I don't understand what is that, like why it's working like that. I understood, like when I was driving, like maybe that's why we have so many artists in the community with commissions and stuff, why it's working like that.
I think it's really on two fronts. I think the first one we got to give credit where it is due. I think Steamboy and the team did a wonderful job in designing the base art, right? So when you have such a strong character design, the silhouettes are sound and all that, it's easy to execute as an artist, to write on top of that and create like awesome art. So that's on a technical aspect. I think on the second front is in the storytelling, right? Like we all know that
Mhm.
Azuki people, they are just crazy in world building, right? Like every avatar has its own backstory, has its own name, has its own depth, and the origin story. So, in fact, a lot of the art that I've been drawing for the garden, um, they all have names and stories and narratives. And one of the questions that I always ask them is like, look, like is there a setting that you want
Wow.
me to put them in? Are they like in a cafe, or are they in like in a dojo, that sort of thing. So it then we bounce off, and then it just inspired the heck out of each other, because it's so immersive. And I think that's, for me personally, like that's the driving force. I feel so inspired doing uh there was one recently that I drew for Luna Prime.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
for real,
like
can you
he's
show something?
so amazing. Yeah, he wrote paragraphs of stories, and then he wanted Nozumi, which is his favorite Azuki, to be in the Kisetan,
Uh-huh.
and having a morning, having a coffee and stuff like that. So
Can
yeah,
you
it's
can
just
you show Luna piece, or it's not ready yet to show it
it's actually inside the
inside?
website that you are showing.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the first pieces.
Oh wow.
If you
Is it
can,
Was
Hunt? Is it Hunt?
let me just
Ah,
check.
Minch, Minch and
I think it's Min's.
yeah.
That means
Iced coffee.
I was gonna say, does Luna's piece have big boobies?
uh he didn't ask me to do it, so
Wow.
thankfully.
Wow.
Wow.
Thankfully, I dodged a bullet.
Was
You
he
uh,
sober?
it's actually named Cafe Shiguru. It's on the first row of the gallery. So if you close and you just go up, yeah, these two. See
Ah,
the one?
this one.
Yeah. So
This
it's
okay?
two part, right? So you have the first
Wow.
story. So if you press the left button,
Uh-huh.
the left
This
one,
one.
yeah, this is the first piece.
Uh-huh.
So it's supposed to show you the setting and the story and the design of the store, the cafe. And then
Mm-hmm.
the next panel is the next one. Yeah, that's where she is.
Oh.
And you know what's amazing? So after we did this together, and then he actually reached out to Yuka, who is one of the most amazing artists,
Artist.
in
Yeah,
Azuki.
yeah.
And she actually did the commission based on this as well. So
Yes,
everyone is just
when I see that, I was like, I remember Luna was on the kitchen as well. Like, does he like kitchens or what's going on? Wait,
yeah.
Yuka is a guy? It's not a girl? I thought Yuka is a girl.
Luna is a
No,
guy.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
don't get wrong.
Yuka.
Yuka is a female.
Girl. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I thought because I was like, confused with Remis, with Luna first, of course. Just to make sure. Okay. This is so cool. So you, for a long time in the space and everything, did you think about creating your own storytelling project with mangas that you make in, like full story?
Well, I do have a little like manuscript in my desktop, but
Can you
I
share?
haven't had the will to, make it happen because life, right? So many commitments. On one hand, I'm trying to like draw the like traditionally, and then I'm also busy with work. I'm doing a little bit of stuff for Anime Coin, and then I'm drawing for friends. Yeah, so I'm
They making you work for Anime Chain? Tell us
yeah.
what they made you to do to distract you from this beautiful manga. To like probably just to remove competitor of manga of Azuki.
I mean, like it's my surprise as well, because like if you notice, all my works are monochromatic, right? Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm actually like color deficient, so or some people say like color blind or whatever. Yeah, so uh, it took me a long time to lean into like black and white works and um, feel at peace with it. But for Anime Coin, if you actually see the X page, uh, many of the memes are actually colored works. So those were done by me, and then yeah, together with another guy who goes by Brewski. Yeah, so mm, having fun. Yeah, having fun. Color works are really out of my comfort zone, but I try to mm, do some of those. Yeah.
This is so cool. Like I just love how it look like and the vibe from it and everything. This is genius. Like I don't know. I think you need to create something on your own, some full story. Maybe work together with Super.
Yeah, I actually met him up a day after the stream.
Uh-huh.
He came to Singapore for work, and then we had lunch. And then I was really inspired by his passion and his drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he really got me thinking, how can I continue to make time to develop my own lore and my own character. Yeah, hopefully in due time I get to have more bandwidth,
Your your art is really good though. It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Even though like there's like it's all like black and white, I really love it. So detailed. You are
Thank you.
very, very talented, Yapable.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is
I try my
insane.
best.
I love it so much. Do you need some like special education to draw exactly manga? I know that some Japanese styles they require to like have exactly like Japanese school to draw this good,
Hmm.
or you can just I don't know learn how to draw it yourself.
Yeah, I think if you suffer long enough, then yeah, you can get there.
And you suffer long enough. I love the sensor.
Yeah, I mean, we have artists here, right? Mars and Snow. Yeah, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like sometimes it's just you can't really have fun. People say like art is fun, but you really can only have fun when you reach a certain level of mastery. and then it starts to get like interesting. Yeah, before that it's just boring shit, right? Drawing bodies, understanding proportions, lighting, shadow, perspective, and all that stuff. Not so fun.
Digital, why you shared this link? Why should we understand with that?
Well, I think the artist is with us.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
for real. Oh my god.
Yeah, the
Wait,
color
did
works.
Yapable design some of the cards?
No, I have never gotten the privilege to. Maybe
No.
one day.
Okay, okay. Because the art, like the art, is so good though. This is crazy. I love it.
Thank you so much.
You
So
came up with this,
cool.
what, like in a day? Like you whipped this up so
What?
quickly, and it was incredible. Um,
Wow.
just the amount of talent, right? Like I know, yeah, you were talking about kind of, your preference to maybe do monochromatic. This clearly is not that, but it came out so well, and your ability to take your
So
skill and transfer it into like the physical realm. I told you, brother. I mean it. The world is your oyster. Wherever you want to focus your efforts, you're going to be successful. Your piece was one of the very first to go within the Bobu exhibition. There was a waiting list of 6 people, right? Like, hey, right? Like in physical realm, digital realm, clearly, we all love your art, and so just keep going. Whatever it is you want to do, um, you're gonna have a lot of support.
We want Yapable cards in the TCG.
Okay, well, I will communicate that. I know Josh wants it as well. So yeah, we'll chat. So there's card buying decisions, guys. Right? If it were up to me, then Lost would also have a card, as well as everyone here would have a card. However, well, yeah, these are all conversations we'll have.
I know, I know. I just have to say it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, I'm happy to bring it up, Josh. I know your heart's in it as well. So. But yeah, even this example I wanted to share. Incredible. Even the references, and this is what I love. I'm gonna stop glazing you in a second, Josh, but this is what I love about what you do is that what you see, the aesthetics of it are already great, but his art goes multiple levels deep. If you go and you zoom in to this art, not only will you see the cards, the references, the people, but you'll notice like the background is the actual Zuki headquarters. Like most people would
That's
miss
so
that, but I
cool.
know because like this is where they play games on the second floor. If you look at the art piece that's behind Sansa when he does his streams, it's Josh's Bobu exhibition artwork. And every time I look at it, I see something new. His ability, and I think you mentioned this, right? Like if we're talking about like Azuki art, and this goes to your point, Ira. Like we're thinking about like why it's really conducive for artists to be able to draw it. I think the visual language is really strong, right? I think the design language
yeah.
is strong. The lines, the weights, the accessories, the characters, and then what
Mhm.
Josh mentioned is because it's so relatable and it's an aspirational sense of ourselves, right? Like my PFP probably has more hair than I actually do, right? And he's probably more handsome than me. However, I still relate with him, right? And that's kind of the story. But each of us has the story behind our PFPs, and I think that is like fantastic. But what Josh and what a lot of our artists, but Josh in this specific example does really, really well is that he takes those bits of your world and he builds the world within his art. Like you just showed the Luna example. The Bobu example is a fantastic version of that. What we see on the screen here, it's not just what you see. He is very deliberately and very considerately thinking about how to represent an art piece. So it's a world within a frame. It's fucking fantastic.
We love it. We love it.
Thank you, Digital, for the excursus into art side of Yapable, such a detailed and everything, and especially knowing that you such a art yeah huge art collector, and you explaining about Yapable art, it means a lot, and it's well deserved because I feel like his art is super unique, and it's truly like cool to see such level of art in the community. And I feel like it's also adding another layer why we love Azuki so much, because it's like high quality of everything that we have here. It's teach us how to do high quality products as well, right? Because we're all busy with something that we build in ourselves, and we check what Azuki doing and at which level they doing that, you like, oh, okay, now I can do better. I want to do better to be on the same level. And seeing such amount of details on this art, you're like, oh my god, in my project I want to have like such an amount of details and Easter eggs as well. Now I will think how to connect my commissions with each other. Maybe some repeating stuff, just to be somehow on the level of what Yapable doing, because this is so cool.
I really like also the art style. I don't know, like there is this soft cuteness a little bit. I don't know, like I like it. It
But
feels
it's
like
not super
cozy.
cute. It's not
Yeah,
like
no, but it's cute and cool. I don't know how to say it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you see that they're, I don't know, like it feels cozy, you know,
Yeah.
and at the same time, like they are so cool. Like, and also the light and the shadows of the characters. Like you can see all the effects and like how the clothings here like reflect them. Like it's so cool.
Agree with you. Yes, this is so dope. And all these emotions they have, like, I agree with the cuteness, though. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I just, I don't like too much cuteness. That's why I don't like, I'm not a fan of 99% of NFT collections, because for me they are too cute and I just can't. And Azuki, for me, it's like something cold and stylish. It's something, like that make you an image without you trying to prove something yourself. When you wear in Azuki, it's telling something about you, and you don't need to try more, to tell about yourself. You do, like, just owning Azuki, and it's your card to everyone else. So I love this in Azuki. But Yapable, you probably, because to draw such an art, you have like huge amount of mangas and arts you watched yourself, you checked yourself, you like, like used as an examples and everything. So my question is, what makes manga or any story want you to clear your memory and back to this story? Because now, for example, I rewatching Harry Potter. I started to rewatch today, and I was like, "This is so cute, all this story, But what exactly made me back to this story? And what do you think? What will make people want to back to mangas? If we talk about Azuki manga or just in general manga, what emotions should be there to make people want to back to it?
Mm, one of my favorite material or anime is Hunter x Hunter. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it has always been my jam, particularly because the world building is just too immersive, and you can fall in love with the characters. You can speculate about the stories that are not yet told. And Togashi himself is a genius, in my opinion. Like his stuff is timeless. This thing came out like he started drawing Hunter x Hunter in the early 90s. And today, if we looked at the anime, it's still so relevant, right? So I think what captures people when they look at the work is really being able to imagine that they can jump into that which they are reading and consuming and be part of it. Yeah, so I think that is also the same for Azuki as well. Like when we look at the world that Shao and Ryzen is in, we can kind of imagine a parallel universe with our PFPs.
Mm-hmm.
So that is on a personal level what worked for me, right? When I'm drawing some panels for Nekoman, who is my main character, I am thinking about like how can he fit into that realm. What are some of the move sets, what are some of the lightning affinities. So like Azuki has done an amazing job in such that like they have laid out some of the fundamentals for us. Like there are elements to work with. There are certain character attributes that we can kind of unravel. So as a creator, I feel really inspired. Yeah, when I look at Steam Boy's stuff.
Had you seen any alpha from manga? Some pages, maybe? No.
Hasn't Steam Boy like recently tweeted that he got a Cintiq, right? Do you see the tweet?
I think so. I don't know. I'm trying to annoy him. I don't know. Did I tell this question to you? Can I annoy somehow a Steam Boy enough to get into manga by my character, by my elemental? Because I really want to be there.
You can certainly try. I don't know if that's gonna work. He's locked in, and yeah, I think Josh just said it. Like he's been sharing like some good content around his process, even like down to his setup. If you guys look at the screens, you can see in the background what he's working on. Even to like how he's articulating physical figurines to help him with the with the 2D images. So there's a lot going on there. Ira, I can't guarantee that that path is going to work, but you are more persuasive than me. And so who knows, right? Maybe you're able to go that route. If it doesn't work, then that's, maybe we'll figure something else out. But I can't advise it, but I can't stop you either. So
This is so dope, guys.
Yeah, can you plug
Oh
us in
yeah,
as well, Ira?
I was going to tell you about this. So the part on the side, on the right side, is what Steam Boy is drawing, what he showed on, and so then Seven made like a little post with like a bunch of updates. Seven always makes very good posts about updates on Azuki. So anybody who wants to know what's going on or wants to read about what Azuki has been up to, you have to follow Seven and just read his post because he summarizes everything very well, and he's just really good at it. He does the best updates. He's the updates guy.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Um,
just back into the side. Yeah. Yababal, anything else you want to share with us about yeah, your art?
Nothing for me. Just hope that we can,
So,
as the
guys,
TCG, like
uh-huh.
kind of as the TCG roll out and manga comes out, I just hope that more artists will fall in love with the world and get onboarded with the franchise. I think
Mhm.
one of the things that I love about the garden is that we are so generous with our likes and our comments and our sharing, and I think that helps a lot. Like when artists in the Web2 space see such generosity in the community in sharing, I think they will also want to get involved. Yeah, so don't belittle a repost that you do for artists. Yeah, I recently realized that there are like newer artists coming on board into our space because of the TCG. Yeah, so let's show them some
Oh,
love.
that's interesting. How you figured out
I
how you.
just look at the followers and some of their social media,
Mhm.
and they don't have uh, a lot of mileage, and so you can kind of guess that like they perhaps stumbled upon the Azuki world and they started to jam with some of the community members. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you see them on your feed, yeah, just show them some love.
100%. Yeah, support our artists and our community members and everyone. Uh, mm, Wait, I wanted to ask something. Wait a second. Yeah, in your opinion, like a person who really love manga, who draw manga yourself and everything, what is the not KPI, of course, but what is like the metrics where you will tell us, yeah, Azuki manga is successful? Like, of course, you are not telling right now about sales or something like that, but just for you, like, what is the metrics where you're thinking this manga is good, this manga is successful?
I'm actually unsure of the format that the manga coming out is.
Mm-hmm,
Is it an anthology,
mm-hmm,
or is it like meant to be an ongoing series, right? Because when we look at the Japanese publishers in Shonen Jump, once they get onto that platform, they are sort of obliged to do like multiple chapters in. And so sometimes when a manga so-called is successful and it captures the the internet by storm, it's always a few hundred chapters in, where they can kind of like
Mhm.
follow the story for a long time. So maybe digital has some alpha that is, privy to.
Share with us
Yeah,
the
but
title.
I don't know, man. Yeah. So viewership, uh talking on the internet about the characters and all that. Yeah, that will be a good litmus test.
Good metric. Yeah, I agree with that. If people talk about that, if they create in their art or back top of this existing art, they stories, because again, if you will see like Harry Potter, you will see so many stories and fanfics and porn stories and everything built on the top of Harry Potter. So I think these stories made this noise around the whole books and movies and everything. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Did I tell any alpha about what manga it will be?
Uh, all great questions, Josh. That will be revealed in time. So cannot share any of those specific details at this point in time. But absolutely keep your eyes peeled to the Azuki account, um, Steam Boy's account. Obviously, he's working on it. Even things like Reddit now, we're starting to cross post like a lot of new things. So, but to your point, Josh, I think the format, kind of the sequencing of things, even the channels, I think are going to be really interesting and will ultimately kind of flow into like the direction of the IP, right? And so yeah, exactly, things like this, right? Like this is awesome, right? He wasn't even targeting this as the community. I think he was posting this to an artist who was asking about their setups, right? And this person I don't think was even in Web3.
This is insane. You
I
have
love the yoga block. I don't know if that's like a deep cut, but if any of you play Street Fighter, right, which Arn actually worked on, like
uh-huh.
it's just hilarious, right? And it's just so talented for him just to kind of like sketch this and draw it up. But
It's fun.
actually, Josh, very specific question. I know we're probably on time, but like, do you have a setup? Because I think the original post on this is like you either kill like your neck or you kill your wrist when you're drawing in this manner, and so Game Boy apparently have found like this configuration, which is he's able to draw, I guess, like in long periods of time without straining either his neck or his wrist. Does this make sense to you? Does this relate with you? Because I don't draw, so
I've never tried like a Cintiq before, but I'm supposing Mars and Snow can attest for the neck part, right? Like when I start doing traditional, then I have to like kind of bend down.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes. Like I don't have like a super setup or anything like that. Just have my table, so it's like, and
Yeah.
I also need glasses actually. So
Yeah, but for digital, I'm using an Intuos Wacom tablet, so I guess the wrist. Yeah,
The
neck.
special pad for
Yeah.
your ass. For your ass.
Yeah.
Like what?
Because when you're sitting for long periods of time, your butt starts hurting too. Like I have to like switch like positions so my butt feels comfortable. After a while, like it starts hurting a lot if you've been sitting and like drawing. But also, can I?
I'm
So
lying
since
when
we,
I'm drawing. I'm lying on this couch and just with that, like that.
yeah,
Okay.
I wish I could do that in the office, because it's not just when drawing, also when you are working in an office and then you end up like, yeah, why my back is hurting.
Okay, next idea for the merch, Azuki merch. I want this ass pillow.
butt pillow, Azuki butt pillow for all the artists.
wait, time out. Yo, MD, you still there?
I am. I'm here.
What would it take to create a prompt that would put our Azukis in this image?
Oh shit! True.
That would be fairly easy, actually. I can cook that
Yeah,
up after this call and we can share it with you guys. That'll be awesome.
Hell
yes,
yes,
I definitely want a
please,
MD.
hairband in mind.
please do that. Yeah, I just wanted to jump to you. I'm so sorry for waiting to wait so long, because I know that if for Yapable it's super late, so I decided to talk with him first. So if it's too late for you and you want to go sleep right now, that's okay. If you want to stay with us, that's okay too, Yapable. But now we jump to MD. Yeah, thanks again for waiting for so long. So do you have as pill or something like that?
Do I have a S pill?
Yeah.
What is that? I'm sorry. I'm a boomer. I'm
Just
38 years
we
old,
just
so I don't.
discussed it. Look, donut cushion. This is a special thing for your ass as a
Oh.
artist.
No, I was fortunate enough to steal one of the Herman Miller chairs from my office, which is fairly comfortable. And as far as neck pain and anything, I'm nowhere near as talented as Yapable. All I have to do is type a few words and continue typing trial and error until I get the results that I want. So I highly commend Yapable for being able to sit down. You were the guy that I wanted to be growing up, because I've always drawn as a kid, but I've only done like things like graffiti. I always wanted to get into like very detailed drawings. I just never ever ever could accomplish it. So seeing your artwork and seeing what you're able to do with your hands, your mind, and your eyes, I'm like completely shocked, completely humbled too. And I, before you leave, what's your opinion with AI art? Because as I see this discussion happen a lot on the timeline with original art. I recently put out a prompt that went fairly viral, and there were some people that had some very harsh takes on like, oh, this is a bad use of AI. Why are you guys using this when a kid can draw it better? So I'm personally curious as to what your opinion is to AI.
On a personal level, I actually am fine with AI. As a creator, I'm committed to not allow it to kind of like exist in my work.
Mhm.
But I appreciate the level of creativity and the amount of stuff that it has enabled uh, folks who are not artists to kind of realize, using prompts. So I enjoy looking at them. I don't have any like ill feelings, or I'm not about to go on a witch hunt and become a detective, like, oh, this artwork is done by AI, this is not. Yeah, I think it's just pointless, right? AI is a technology that's inevitable. It's just gonna continue to advance and enable more
Yeah.
people to get into the creative space. So yeah, props to you. It like prompting is not an easy job. Like some artists think that prompting is just typing a few words, but you really got to be really smart with the premise that you set. So I personally use AI to do other stuff like OpenClaw to enable cron job and stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's about it for me. Mm.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, there a lot of foul takes on it out there, and I completely get it, right? I can see how, like, for instance, portrait painters felt when the camera was invented, right? They're probably,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is not art. It took a few years for it to become an art form and take a life on its own. And I feel like that's fairly where we are, with the AI generation. We're in that transition period of allowing it to eventually become an art form, because like you said, anybody can write a few words and put things together. I think that what sets an AI prompt engineer, if so to speak, apart from others is taste, right? Taste can be taught. Taste is something that you learn throughout the year, throughout repetition, and through just knowing of what works and what doesn't. um, and for someone like me who does graphic design, I've been able to sort of utilize it in a way where now I am 10 graphic designers, right? So if you're a freelancer, kind of like how I am, I'm able to pick up multiple clients that I wasn't able to do so before, because my output has increased tenfold due
Mm-hmm.
to AI generation. So um, I'm an engineer full time, an IT engineer. I do graphic design on the side. So yeah, yeah, Max, I'm there with you, brother. Um, So it was like
We
it was.
sharing also the Zambato, the jacket in our profile pictures.
What was that?
We are sharing also the Zambato
Oh
and the
yes,
jacket of our profile
yes,
pictures.
yes. Fire Clan baby. But yeah, and so it was a it's been is a perfect melting pot for those who are creative and that also like technology. Is like AI is where where the bridge can where the two worlds connect. And is lowering the barriers for a lot of folks. And I'm super excited when it first came out because the whole NFT and Web3 space is about IP and using your IP.
Mhm.
And with AI generations, is like it allows you to do that, and that's kind of been like my whole motivation is to show the space, like, hey, you have these great IPs from these great artists, right? You can make it come to life. It's yours now. It's licensed, so why not use it? So I've been just fully diving in and seeing like to what extent I can push it. And I heard something the other day that said AI is the worst that it's ever going to be right now, right? It's not going to get any worse than what it is now. It's only
Mhm.
going to continue to improve and get better. So gaining an edge on that and getting like trying to front run it or getting comfortable with it enough, I think is whoever puts in that effort is going to be well off in a few years.
Yeah.
And
You
that's
are
me, by
Well,
the
doc.
way.
You are doc. I
I'm
just know
half
that.
docs.
And you without camera here, how dare you?
I'm, I'm semi docs. I'm in the office. If not, I would have probably put on my shades and got on camera. But
Okay,
yeah.
join next time to say about that. But thank you for the introduction. And tell us, please, with what you're working right now. Are you just enjoying, drawing AI for like creators? I see you using some creators PFPs and yeah, KLs and stuff. Or you want to monetize it somehow, or you already monetizing that, or you connected your main project that you want to do with the AI. So what you actually doing?
Yeah. So in terms of monetization, I guess you can say I've found a way to go down that avenue because I work for Reach Network, which
Mm-hmm.
is a influencer KOL sort of agencies. And if you go to their page, you can see the type of stuff that I've been able to work with them on,
Mm-hmm.
sort of like marketing material. Um, I haven't been able to monetize it outside of that. Kind of like most of my effort it goes into that. So I have two jobs. So in the morning I'm a full-time engineer, and then when I go home I put on my designer hat and then I start working for Reach Network, which is pretty cool. It's different working towards something that's not how can I say it, like personal, right? Whenever I'm creating art and I'm making stuff, it's because I find it cool. But being able to work for something that towards a goal on getting a message across or um, detailing what the next steps are for that said company is interesting to think of it from that angle. So
Mm-hmm. I
yeah,
like this one
absolutely.
so much.
that one is so
Oh,
Thank you.
cool. That one is
Thank
so
yeah,
you.
cool.
yeah, really, really dope. I will try to make it. Had you tried to apply your AI skill to Web2 world and somehow maybe, connect with some big companies to start collaborating with them? Because today I saw one of the artists I really like, and her art is pretty simple, it's not something too
Hmm.
complicated. She collaborating with Diesel fashion brand, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. That's also how artists can collaborate and earn money and just like promote themselves, including. And this is so cool. It inspired me so much, to be honest. So yeah, my question is, had you tried to reach out
Well,
some companies, something?
Not necessarily. However, I've had recently. I've had 11 Labs. I don't know if you know who 11 Labs are, but they're a huge like AI voice company
Mm-hmm.
and special sound effects. Their CEO reached out to me via Twitter,
Oh, that's
asking
awesome.
for
Wow.
yeah,
That,
asking for my
Wow.
resume, which was kind of shocking. I was like, the fact that like my work is being recognized, I guess, at that level.
Mhm.
So I haven't been able to sort of put it into practice in Web 2, other than maybe creating tutorials of like applications and stuff that I manage at work for end users, which it gets fairly well received. So as opposed to having to sit down a user and go through a whole training dialogue, I've been able to piece together videos using AI animations and whatnot. So I can like sort of streamline that part of my IRL job.
Oh, this is so cool,
So
actually.
cool.
Yeah, congrats you with that. And I know that one of the Azuki holders, he drawing for OpenSea, for example,
Mm-hmm.
making videos for them and everything. Do you have some goals for your art? Do you like that you want to achieve in next year, let's say so?
Yeah. Again,
Mhm.
big advocate for using Web3 IP and building up off on it. So my goal, I guess my vision from like a personal take on my profile is to build up a story with my character. Um, and I've tried to do this before. The generations weren't as good, and the whole overall flow of the video kind of fell off. But now that it's significantly improved, I want to build off a whole storyline, um
Mhm.
well connected with my character, and that'll hopefully be my way and my play to let the space know, like, hey, this is possible.
Mhm.
Can
Yeah.
I jump in and say something?
Of
Um,
course, guys.
because I think that um a lot of people like to discuss AI and they have like, some people don't like it, whatever. Especially normal people, like people who are not I feel like people who are into Web3, we have like a higher tolerance for AI than just normal people. But the thing about you if you're good with AI or not is like the AI is only as good as what you can prompt. So it's like I could never prompt the stuff that MD does because I've tried and like he's told me how he does it and I have tried and it's just like I'm just not as good at it. And it's like I also you somebody like him puts a lot of time into it, way more time than I ever have time to put into something like that. So that makes him better at what he does than just like the average person. And it's like I think people miss that because it's like, AI can only do what you can tell it to do. AI cannot do more than what you're capable of. Like it would never if you're not good at telling it what you want, it's going to be slop. And I think that the slop comes out and it's like we all can tell when it's bad AI stuff. And I actually had like a big crash out this week about some AI that somebody made and they were trying to sell it. MD probably knows what I'm talking about because I
Yes.
think I tagged him, yeah. And it's like I think that somebody like you could have done way better with that prompt or like doing that product than what the actual company did. And it's like you can tell when it's low effort, when it's really lazy, you can tell because the person whoever prompted it is just not good at it. And it's like when somebody's good at what they do, you can tell. And even if it's prompting. So I think Digital said earlier, it's not as easy as people think. It's like it's way harder. It can be learned just like any other skill, but it is a skill that you have to master. You can't just slop it. Well, you can, but people are going to be able to tell that it's slop.
Don't notice the difference. Yeah. Um, I've had people approach me and tell me, "Hey, why are you giving out your secrets of how you make these things happen?" And I told them, I'm like, "Listen, just because you know how to do something doesn't mean that you're gonna do it the way that I do it, right?
Exactly.
Everyone has their certain style. Everyone has their certain aesthetic." And I learned this from a cousin of mine who's he's a traditional artist and works for Disney, actually.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, he was the one who got me into graphic design early on when I was a kid. And he was like, I'm not afraid of showing people how to do this stuff because it's like you said, and just because I show you how to do it, it does not mean that you're gonna be able to make the type of stuff that I make, right? Everyone
Yeah.
has a certain aesthetic, and like you said, it comes with that muscle memory and repetition, and seeing what works and what doesn't. I spend hours on this. I've reached my ChatGPT quota plenty of times, which I didn't think it was even possible, but apparently yes. It's not as cheap as Claude is in terms of credits, so I
Yeah.
really put a whooping on it. But it's all about if you're willing to put in the time and going through the trial and error and sort of remove that frustration, because you can easily get frustrated with generations, right? You have to write it down. Two, then you have to wait for the results. Three, it
Mhm.
starts hallucinating, and then you're like, all right, what the heck do I do now? So it's just one of those things that you have to put your 10,000 hours in. I don't think I'm the best at it yet. I'm sure that there's AI guys that are like 10 times better than I am. But I'm gonna put my best effort to catch up to them. That's for sure.
This is so cool and great words and great philosophy. I never understood people who are not sharing something, and like basically greedy people on everything. If you're greedy on something one, you're greedy on basically everything, and they trying to hide everything. They counting every their like to not like put any like like to support anyone or something like that. And I'm like, oh
Hmm.
my god, be just simpler. Like if you like I'm if I see posts like almost all the time, I'm liking it. If someone asking me how I did something, I will tell you everything, like because I feel like we need to learn as a humanity, in general, that if your neighbor will be happy, you will be happy too, because around your neighbors, around your house, everything will be clear then, and good, and you can ask like for a milk, if you need something and stuff. So we actually basically like depend from each other, and we need to support each other. And that's how humanity develop in all the story. We teach each other how to do like certain stuff, and that's the basic of humanity, how we develop it. Like what the hell. So yeah, I love it, I respect it, and thank you so much for coming here and sharing and yeah,
Of
expressing
course.
yourself. And I see Jijo here. Jijo, by the way, jump on the stage. You have the link in Raizoku chat. It's not about the best one. It's to be you and to your vision. Yeah, Jijo building a cool project. Already done, and yeah, he using AI and hand drawn art as well. He's very cool. I hope Jijo once you will jump and talk with us again. Yeah, guys. Last thing that I wanted to touch here on this live stream is digital, actually, because digital once
Alpha.
again, Yapable shared some alpha about you, and I wanted to, if you have a time, of course, to ask you about your art journey and in general, yeah, who is digital? Because we
Who's
never
the
ask.
Jackal?
Wow. There's probably not enough time to go through that.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm just a guy who loves his community and is honored to be here every Monday. So Josh, I'm not sure what you shared. Like sure, a short version of it. Happy to like go through a longer version, but I'll probably just bore you. Let's see. Before Web3, I was an art collector for probably a decade, and that all started pretty early on. Like it was right after school, college. I got on social media and Instagram specifically, and just started to see a lot of art kind of come on my feed. Fell in love with Banksy first. That was really kind of the first
Oh
street artist I
wow.
really loved. At the same time, I had just moved to New York, so I was surrounded by street art everywhere, whether it's graffiti or people getting up or art exhibitions. And being from San Francisco, I would see like Shepard Fairey and others, but I never thought you could collect art. I never thought like I thought art collecting was like a museum thing. I thought it was not
Mhm.
really my demographic. Then I went online, found other people who really enjoyed art as well. People who love Banksy, Cause, Murakami, Arsham, all the folks that out there. One thing led to another, and that social network on Instagram became a art collective, and that art collective is now responsible for, I think we estimated moving about 100 million of art just through social posts, just showing people like us who are here that we can collect art too, right? Like it's not just made for like the upper echelon, the elite, those who go to galleries, those who, are sponsors for museums. It could be people who collect call sculptures to, manga to here and there, or, full on paintings. And it became pretty popular for some time. It was a whole emergence of a new art collecting scene that was really started through the kind of the Instagram phase, and so that was kind of the rise of a new art collector. Very blessed to have been a small part of the emergence of that area. And yeah, since then I've always collected art, still continue to collect art. That was the inspiration behind the Bobu exhibition, and
Mhm.
it's fun. It's there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. The art world is quite nested, but I think part of what I'm most proud of with creating this art collective is like we kind of removed a lot of the friction and a lot of the I guess the hesitancy, or it really empowered people to want to collect art themselves. Right, you could start with $100. Right, some of the best art that I've collected were from artists who were not well known at the time, and
Mhm.
put their love and passion into it. And some folks make a career out of it, and it's great because like now you have a piece that might not be affordable like in the future, and then some of it, some people just do it for passion, and it doesn't change the way the art looks, right? Like you collecting what you love, then it's great. So I can go into that's the kind of the long and short of it. The folks who are continuing to run that collective now they're still like great friends of mine, but they're hosting shows at Art Basel. They're doing things with like folks like Pusher T in Virginia with art exhibitions. They are kind of really like forging forward, pushing the needle. Just been really fortunate to have like some really great collaboration and some engagement with new and traditional artists on that front, but very Web 2, not Web 3. Last thing I'll say is my entry into Web 3 was really based on art. The guy who brought me into Web 3, I knew through the traditional art world. He was actually in Azuki too. His name is Sendit. He's in London, and he's like, "Hey, let's go to Web 3 because you can do all the things that the traditional art world
Mhm.
can't do in Web 3, in Web 2, which is you can enforce royalties, you have provenance, you have authenticity, you have all the things that the traditional art world doesn't have because artists are getting effed left and right by the galleries. They don't get any of the royalties when it sells on secondary market. Like we can fix this in Web 3. So that's why actually I'm here today. Fast forward 5 years, Web 3 didn't fix any of those issues, unfortunately, for the most part. But I am fortunate to be kind of in this place now with all of you.
We're grateful for you, the title, because you probably one of the people who has such a great taste, and I can confirm that I think like that because when we was choosing the elemental for our domains, I was writing like, guys, we need to be really careful because the title has an amazing taste, and they will choose something really dope. I mentioned the title, Ray and Monstera because you guys has a great taste, and I was scared that you will choose something really amazing. But our guy in Raizoku the best, our elemental. Sorry guys, we chose the best.
Art, art is in the eyes of the beholder, right? And so I think, if anyone who's interested in collecting art, I would say just start, and over time, like your tastes will go in a direction that will ultimately be authentic to you. As long as you collect what you love, I think that's the most important thing, and that's why I sing the praises of everyone who's on the panel now as you guys are creating art, right? Like just keep pushing because without the creativity in the world, our lives are much more dull. So that's why I love the artist community. That's why I've always loved Azuki. I love the commission culture that we have. More recently, the AI creativity, all the things. I think it makes our time here just that much more enjoyable.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, I had a question in my head. Guys, if you have some questions, you can ask the title, please. Mm, wait, I wanted to ask something. um, Yeah, I wanted to ask what's in your opinion making artists outstanding and really famous and everything? Because I noticed like it's not like a lot of time passed. We started to make art talks I think year ago or something like that, and we made it regularly with Hunt and Talf and Wiz and Luna was there too for half a year. And right now, some of the artists that we were invited just as an artist to draw with us while we're talking, they are become, their collection becomes successful and really great and stuff. And I'm super proud that I had a conversation with them where they weren't so popular and stuff. And I noticed by these people that they are maniacs in what they are building and doing. They actually passionate and they're ready to see it and they believe in them so much. And I can tell that this strengthen you, basically making you super successful, just when you're sitting and doing something that you're passionate about and you just believing in yourself. What's in your opinion?
Let me first caveat this by saying that art is completely subjective in many ways, right? I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
think clearly we can see that, like, if I drew something and anyone on this panel drew something else, that mine would not reach the level, right, of creativity or quality, right? Like that's like an extreme case. But that being said, there are so many artists out there that are trying to make it, and objectively, you just take the names off, you put one piece of artwork in the other one, right? Not, unfortunately, 100%, not 100% of the time, the art that maybe objectively is better will be considered better, if that makes sense, right? And like with many things, art is not just appreciated by those who are viewing it, but it is also influenced by those who support it, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
So
social capital. Yeah.
yes, so much, and this is kind of how our collective is called Liga OTO. This is how we kind of came to prominence. Is we gained a lot of like organic collectors through social media, and
Mm-hmm.
our ability to bring attention to up and coming artists ultimately gave them a hand. Like, we're not creatives at all, but that gave them a hand up to become visible, to become aware, so that people may want to collect them, and they were able to build careers from that. Now, are they are these individuals, are they the most talented artists in the world? Probably not, right? There's probably thousands of people who are more talented than them. But what makes someone successful in the end? And much like this community that we're in today, I think it's not just the art itself, which is extremely important, but I think a lot of it actually is lended to the community that's behind the artist as well, that speaks its praises, that is able to talk about the art in a way that gets people to understand why it's so great, and to really advocate and evangelize for it, right? I think the community and the collectors and the people who are passionate about an artist's art are not as important as the art, but they're really, really instrumental in ensuring that that art gets the shine that it deserves. People want to collect it. Once people want to collect it, then you have supply and demand constraints, and that ultimately starts moving like the investors, right? So it's not too dissimilar from the world that like we're living in, like within Web3, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
it actually comes with the network that you have, the social capital, those who have collected, who have a great track record of spotting talent early, being able to say, this person is next. And then that starts a whole chain of events, right? I hate to say that it's not just purely about the art, but it's not just purely about the art in a lot of cases.
I mean, that's just how the normal, like, that's how the art world works, even not in Web3. That's why there's art critics. So it's like if you to
Yeah.
be successful as an artist, you have to have other people basically point at your art and be like, look, this is good art. This is something that has value, so other people can also recognize it, if that makes sense. And it's like it's just kind of how the art world works in general. I was just thinking about it as digital was explaining.
Yeah, 100% I agree with you. Like, social capital, it's something very important. And other people, when they see people of their level supporting artists, they will support it, like, probably too. So, yeah, that's how it's working. And Dijay, the last question to you, like, what's in your opinion creating this aura? around the artists that make people want to be a part of it, and can artists affect on it, or it's something that goes naturally, because some of artists, they are not like drawing some amazing art, but this is so catchy. I'm just stuck with these people, and I'm just I just can't stop watching this art. So what do you think is that?
I think there's a few different factors. Obviously, the art is important, right? Being technically sound, or being able to execute on your vision, whatever it is, I think is really important. I think beyond that, what is also important is to be able, and this is a little bit harder to articulate, but being able to create art that invokes emotion, whatever it is, right? Josh, I've told you, I'm like, when I look at your art, it makes me feel something. Same thing with many of the artists within our community, and that's what I really love about, again, Azuki, all of the artists that are within, is that even the core art for Azuki, it when you look at it, it invokes a reaction. In some cases, some art makes you really uncomfortable, but that's if you stare at something and it makes you feel nothing, then it's probably not great, right? Like it's probably like there are probably a million copies of that same thing. But if there's something that stands out, something that the artist really digs deep and makes you think, and makes you go a level deeper, so you're actually staring at it. You don't know why you're just staring at it for the last 5 minutes, but you have been. I think that intangible is really, really important. The last part kind of ties into the other thing I said, at least in my experience, is that a lot of it has to actually do with the artists and their network and their ability to not like sell themselves, but to be able to put themselves in a position where they can be discovered, right? So, you know, uh, uh, a good example from our realm is like Midnight Breeze, right? Like, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I think Dutch Tide, Zork has done a really good job of being able to be in the conversation, be there in an authentic way, have the conversations with us, right? So that like when you're on his journey, it's very cerebral. He's going through all of the kind of these multiple steps, but because he's our boy, or because you know him, right? Like, and because people who also know him and collect him over time, that compounds so that it brings that attention in. A lot of it also has to do with like pedigree, right? Like a really good example in the traditional world is that one of the main collecting theses that we had as an art collective is at the time, Cause, Murakami, Arsham, Banksy, Damien Hirst, those are guys who are all at the top of the world. But if
Mm-hmm.
you find their understudies, they've already part of the pedigree of quote unquote successful artists, and maybe this is like commercial or what have you, but they follow the pedigree of like successful artists. Where if we found Cause's understudy, and there were like 4 or 5 of them, and we started collecting them earlier on, when they started to not yet to have their own careers, chances are because people found out that they were associated or an assistant within a well-known artist's studio, that would mean that they would already have a bit of a leg up, and that thesis actually worked out pretty well. So I think the analogous like kind of example within Web3 is like if you are associated with either a community or an artist, and you have the ability to not promote yourself, but just put yourself in the conversation in the right ways, I think that also helps a lot. If you are a hermit and you are the world's greatest artist, and we've seen this through history, like Picasso did not become famous until he died, right? Like that's that is kind of what it is. It's a shame. Like the art is great, however, he was not necessarily like the most social person, right? And he required his brother to actually sell his art for him, right? And it didn't really even catch on till after he had passed. So I think it's some combination of putting yourself in the right position, having the right network as well, technical abilities, absolutely, and then also having a unique lens that makes people stop on your art piece and really analyze, enjoy, or maybe not enjoy, right? It in a way that other art just simply doesn't does. People just simply pass it by. People passing by your art and they don't feel anything. That's probably not a good thing. People feel really strong emotion when they see your art. That's art, at least in my opinion, my humble opinion.
This is so beautiful. The title. I regret that we didn't spoke much with you about art before, because you are so well spoken. When it's touched probably topics that really close to you. And when you talk about art, it's like I feel like you can listen it for hours and hours and hours and ask you more and more. Elon's here. Elon, hi. Yeah, so thank you so
Oh,
much for
people
joining.
make
And
me absolutely feel. That's an amazing example. And Ira, let me. I'll offer this up. I think Sansa's going to come and like spend Father's Day at our cabin in mid-June, and that's where all our art is. So I'm happy to like live stream and like kind of like show the art, show Sansa's
wow.
show his reaction to a lot of it. Some of it's Azuki inspired.
When
Uh,
it will be?
Mid-June, so I think like June
Oh, so it's
18th or 19th.
soon.
Yeah, so
Yay, let's go. Thank you, Digital. Okay, I hope we will talk with you more about art and all yeah, stuff that around art, because this is so interesting, but I can't, can't make you guys stay for like 3 hours, something like that. It's better to separate. And I would like to, like clip this part where you talk about art and put it on my timeline, because I feel this is something that young artists need to learn. And when you like listen really great collectors, you can learn even more. And I like to read literature from collectors. Like, for example, we have Tretьяков gallery in Russia. This is the most famous gallery there. And I read a diary of Tretьякov, and this is so interesting how he thinks which art he needs to choose, because he was like super controversial, and he liked to choose art that no one understood, but he, like, you will get it, like in the future you will get it, guys. And he had the vision. So I believe, like, in the artist, vision is important, and in the collector, vision is important. So the more communication we have with with each other, the brighter our space can be. And this is so cool. Also that as a part of Azuki community, you can be close with the people like Digital, because we have a lot of talented guys, and five of them, six of them was today with you guys. So thank you for watching us. If you want to have something to say at the end, you guys can say.
let me just add kind of one thing. I know MD just dropped off. I'll share this with him a little bit later. I think one of the things that, one of the main things I love about this community is exactly what you said, right? It is so talented, so generous, and so creative in a lot of ways. And I'm going to put this out there, see if you guys want to do it, and maybe it's up to Luna in the end. But what Josh had shared earlier is that Luna has a PFP. Luna created a whole like world, like narrative, like around that. Josh built, created his artwork based on that. Then Yuka then took that, right? Like it's compounding influence, right? And inspiration on top of each other. Now, if MD took like Yuka's art and then did something with it, or Matas, if you did something with it, right? Like it's really interesting because it all starts with that genesis, right? It starts with Luna's idea and that PFP. And it's really interesting that there are at least 3 layers of it. It's the base NFT, it's Josh's manga on top of it, it's Yuka on top of it. Like, where else could it go, right? Like, again, this is Luna's PFP, right? Like, I don't have any come say to it, but it's a really interesting example, right, of how we're all like inspiring each other and just putting this like creativity in the world, but it's all centered around these things that we love.
Yeah, that's facts. And we talk with Luna a lot in DMs, and he like mentioned like million times that for him in Azuki, art is like the most important part. And this is true, guys. Before I started to draw, I didn't understand that like of course I liked Azuki art. Of course, like I'm every day on the Azuki main page with the OGs looking for new traits and everything, but I didn't realize how it's great before you starting to draw it, and you like hypnotized by all the details, all the small things. And this is so just cool. Like I don't know, I can't explain, but I am sure that you guys all feel that. Okay, passing mic to Yapable for the last words. Thank you for being today with us. It was like amazing conversation with amazing art.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm actually really glad uh to hear what Digital had to say at the last part. It kind of summarized a lot of the floating thoughts around my head about what makes a good artist, right? So it's really something to sit on. Yeah, so I glean a lot of wisdom from you guys as well. Yeah, so I look forward to actually see more art from you guys, and also see more like prompts from everyone. So yeah, thanks for having me.
I can't wait to make some commission with you. I don't know. This is probably will be so dope. Now I wish that it's stuck in my head your art, and I hope to work with you on that one day. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Mash, word to you. Thank you for joining for the first time.
Thank you for inviting me. It got dark here, by the way, during the call. I wanted to add also to what Digital said, that I think it's something that it applies to everything, that you have to meet the right people to connect with your people in whatever you want to grow or build your dream. Because if you're an artist, or if you are, I don't know, whatever, like, it can be a writer, it can be a developer, it can be whatever. Meet the right people that they will support you, and that is what will take you further and closer to your dream. Like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Agree with you. Agree with you. And once again, like I just watched right now an NFT like on something different. Before for me it was like how I earn money and stuff, and it was like chasing next drop. But now I understand like this is actually just access to the club of people with who you close by your taste and soul and everything. For example, when I watch it, apes. PFPs, I see they're entrepreneurs and people who has like money, can work with money. This is great networking and stuff. But when I see Azuki, I understand this is people with probably great taste and creative souls, because that's how we are. That's why we're choosing Azuki at the end of the day. And once again, this is amazing entry for people who want to find cool connections, creative connections, and work together and build something cool together. I think this is the coolest part of our community, and yeah, happy to be a part of it. Lost now, you.
I don't I got like sleepy while we were talking, but I loved everything that Digital said about art, and we should really talk, like we should have like a special like episode one time where we just talk to Digital about art the whole time, because I think that would be really fun. And I always enjoy having like people who do traditional art and people who also do AI, and kind of like have a discussion around it, because it's like never ending, and you can always dig into it more, and you can always like think about it more. But I never thought that it was, I don't think that it's as serious as like people like freak out about. I don't know. I think people freak out about AI like way too much, and I think that I'm not gonna go on a rant, but anyways, it was really fun talking to y'all. I love talking about art, I love talking about NFTs, and I love talking about AI. I love talking about all the stuff that we usually talk about on these roundtables, and it's always very interesting to meet everyone that's in the community and hear about what they're doing and what their journey is like, and I don't know why they like being in Azuki. We love Azuki.
Facts. Thank you, Losno, for support, for your attending on these live streams, and thank you everyone for supporting live streams, because it's not easy to make them. It's not easy to find guests every time, because you need to write everyone, you need to invite them, you need to connect guests by the vibe, also, so people will be interested to watch, and that's cool to have people who actually genuinely support that, and yeah, want to be a part of it. This is so cool. I always said like I don't like I somehow always working alone, but I always wish to have some team with who I will be hang out and do stuff. And right now on the live streams I kind of have this stuff, and I super appreciate you guys, appreciate everyone who just supporting by comments, by comment here. And this is just generally dope to have space where you can enter and find people to collaborate also, because all the time I'm speaking with each of you, I'm thinking how I will in the future collaborate with you. And this is great networking that we have here. MD, thank you for joining. Sorry for. Oh, this is 2 hours. I thought it's on the hour. The guys, this is insane.
I'm fine.
Oh my god!
It's
Wow,
okay.
I just
Time goes fast when you have fun.
for
Agree,
real.
agree.
Guys, sorry. Okay, so yeah, last words from you, and we finish this space.
For me, sorry, I've been having audio issues for like the past 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, right.
No, thank you for having me. This conversation was super fun. Glad to meet you guys, Digital, Yappy, everyone else, Mox. This was extremely fun. I love to see the Azuki community get together. This is what NFTs and Web3 should be about. So, thank you for having me. I hope to join the next one too. This was fun.
Let's go, guys. Every time you want to join Roundtable, you just need to DM me, and I'm sending links anyway in the old chats, so you can join by the link. Even if I didn't mention you, this is a free space, so everyone can join if you're a holder. So thank you, guys. See you next Monday, and bye bye. Have a great week. Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Same for you. Bye.